Caleb.
Hello, A Day with Caleb here, and this is part 4 of celebrities that I have met. If you haven't seen the previous 3, go check them down below, A Day with Caleb playlist. They might be at the end of this card, this video on the end card. But if you're not familiar, if this is your first celebrities I've met video, what we do is I tell you the celebrity I've met. I'll do a picture here, like that, and then I'll tell you a little story about how we met or how they were, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, these first set of celebrities are people we met in LA, Hollywood. We went, obviously part 1, 2007, we went to Hollywood for our high school senior trip. This was years later. We went a second time with our uncle and dad, just the guy trip. We met several people while in Hollywood, LA, and these are the people we met. First one, we were walking down the Walk of Fame. Hard Rock Cafe is right there, and someone said, Bret Michaels will be playing tonight. 2 ladies, we did get a picture with them also. They were drawing us in. So we were super early. So we got front row seats. Bret Michaels played, and then these are pictures of Bret Michaels. So super cool guy, nice. He played a couple songs. Then he took a couple pictures and then he left. But super cool guy. Then across the street is where Jimmy Kimmel films his show, obviously, the Tonight Show with Jimmy Kimmel. So we were trying to get tickets into his show. Someone said they were sold out, they had been sold out. But if we went around to the back, we would meet the celebrities that were on that night's show. So we went around back. Never really had done this before. All new stuff. We were there maybe 10 minutes, and out walks the legend himself, Tim Allen. Home Improvement, Jungle to Jungle, Buzz Lightyear, Toy Story, all my childhood wrapped up into one figure, one person, and that is the man, the myth, Tim Allen. So I was very nervous because he's up there, obviously not as influential as Stan Lee was in my early childhood, but Toy Story is one of the greatest franchises alive, and Buzz obviously is a big factor in that. And then Home Improvement, we always watched with our dad. That was a show we always watched together. And then Jungle to Jungle, still watch to this day, very funny. So I was doing the selfie, and the sun was kind of shining down on us, and he grabs me. He said, "No, we want to turn around." So we're turning around, me and Tim Allen, no big deal. We take the selfie. We're kind of on cloud nine because we just met Tim Allen. But there were more people at that show, obviously. So the next person was Kiernan Shipka. And I had not watched Mad Men to this point. Obviously, I've watched it since, but did not know who Kiernan Shipka was because I never watched Mad Men. But she was super nice in this beautiful red dress. We take the selfie. That was cool. Still on the high for me and Tim Allen. Met Kiernan Shipka. Super cool. So the next day we come back because we're like, we have to meet more people. And next door from where Jimmy Kimmel films is the Chinese theater. And they were doing Marvel Phase 1, the complete run of Marvel films. Maybe Phase 2? I can't remember. Yeah, well, it had to have been Phase 2 because Guardians was playing, the first Guardians. So they're next door. We're waiting for Courtney Cox, long story. But we see people like running to these people, I see like big security guards, and it was James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously Slither and other movies, but James Gunn was right there, 10 feet away. So everybody runs over there to take a picture. I managed to get this picture, squeeze it in. The whole crowd's running. He's in his car. He took off. But then right behind him was Michael Rooker. And we've met Michael Rooker so many times, it's not even funny. But he comes into the crowd and embraces it. He loves that. So got a picture with him, and then let's see. Okay, Courtney Cox, not a good person. She wouldn't stop for anything. She wouldn't take pictures. She left immediately. So then the next day was Star Wars Celebration, our first Star Wars Celebration. It was in Anaheim, so we had to get up super early and go all the way to Anaheim. Right next door to Disneyland, but we didn't go to Disneyland this time. We went back, obviously, with the coast-to-coast pass. But we're kind of checking it out. There's this little barrier, there's cameras set up, and in the distance we see J.J. Abrams, the new director of the new Star Wars film, The Force Awakens. So they do the interview. He walks to the crowd. He's 20 feet away. He's signing, we're waving JJ, come over here. He's I'll get there, I'm working down. And then he's maybe 12 feet away. This guy, next to us, jumps the barrier, runs toward JJ. Security, jumped this guy. JJ is ushered out into another room. He's gone. So, didn't get a picture. Well, I got a picture that I'll show you there, but didn't get a picture with him because the guy was stupid. And anyway, that was an experience. But the next person was Ray Park. And this goes all the way back to X-Men Toad. Super cool, super athletic. He was in G.I. Joe Snake. And then he obviously was Darth Maul because of his martial arts background. Super cool guy. The line was long. She said no more photos, but when she wasn't looking, we snuck a photo. He was super cool. The next day, we had free tickets to go to Sports Nation, and they were filming an episode. Julius Randle, who then was the Lakers' first round draft pick, he was there. Michelle Beatles was there. Corey Maggette was there. Marcellus was there. Super cool experience. Was wearing my Kobe jersey. Rest in peace, Kobe. Super cool show. The next day, we go back to Jimmy Kimmel, and it was their off day. They don't film on Fridays. We did not know that. So nobody was there. It's pre-taped on Fridays. But we see Guillermo come out. Super cool guy. Talked to him. Took a picture. Then later that day, well, actually, no. Let me back up. That morning, we were going to get on Price is Right because 2007 we tried to get our granny on. Our uncle had been on Price is Right before. He would bid $1, never went on to the showcase, but he was one of the 4 contestants that bid. So went into the show, tried to get on, didn't get on. We were in the audience, but we met Drew Carey, who replaced Bob Barker. So we talked to both people on both different trips. So that was cool. So then we come back to the Walk of Fame after meeting them. Guillermo, I meet the Walk of Fame legend, Christopher, let me get his right name, Christopher Dennis, real life Superman, had been, 15 years on the Walk of Fame as Superman. He was obsessed with Superman, I believe he changed his name to Christopher because of Christopher Reeve. Multiple documentaries on him. They were actually shooting one when he was there that day. Took a picture with him. Super cool guy. So then, let's see. So the next day after this, we actually get tickets to go to Jimmy Kimmel. We're in the audience. Jimmy Kimmel asked a question. Who did you want to meet while you were in Hollywood? I blurted out Marilyn Monroe because I had just taken a picture with her, Walk of Fame double stand-in, if you will. It was Cannabis Day, so Jimmy Kimmel said Happy Cannabis Day because obviously, why would I say Marilyn Monroe? But that was in my mind because we had just did that photo op, so we kind of read back and forth. Then on the show was John Stamos, obviously Full House, and Michael B. Jordan, Human Torch, Killmonger, and Black Panther. So we're in the show, get in the audience, run out, run behind. John Stamos was leaving onto another show, so barely snapped a picture of him, but then went over, got in line, and met Michael B. Jordan, the coolest guy ever. Super cool. I was all dressed up for the show, so we took a selfie. Later that night, we went to the Comedy Store. Pauly Shore was going to be there doing a set. But before we went in there, I kind of, in the corner of my eye, saw Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks, obviously heavyweights. Buddy! But he, went past me. He was wearing a Mighty Ducks jersey with Goldberg, so it should have registered. But I was I guess checking out the Comedy Store. I didn't even think about him maybe being there. He did a set before this show, so we went back, tried to find him, couldn't find him. Then Pauly Shore did a set, and you do not want to be on the front row when he is doing a set, because every comedian, it was I was front row, I was in the center of the stage, right there where they're performing. So obviously I was the center of a lot of jokes, and Pauly Shore especially, he would hold his mic above my head and just drop it. Drop his mic repeatedly, and then would grab me and stuff. So me and Pauly Shore became very close that day. But cool show. And then later on, I believe this was the next day, not sure, we went to Chris Hardwick's Comedy Central show. Is it Chris Hardwick Hard? Or anyway, his show they had on Comedy Central. Actually, the same soundstage that I Love Lucy was filmed in, so that was pretty cool. He did his show, he had Reese Darby on. Not many people are familiar with him. He was on Yes Man. Let's see. Actually, let me back up. When we were waiting for Courtney Cox, and then we met James Gunn and Michael Rooker, he was there. He was the host of the Phase 1, Phase 2 movie marathon. So he was coming out when they were there, so I should have put him there, but this list is kind of not in sequential order. So I'll put a photo here. Chris Hardwick, obviously host of Talking Dead, and many other things. So did that show. So that was our Hollywood trip, and I think I'll wrap this part of the video up. Rambled on a little bit about a couple stars, but that was part 4. We'll do part 5 coming up, and then keep going until we're current on stars that I have met. So hope you enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe down below, and share with a friend who likes celebrities like we always do, and comment below if you have met a celebrity, and tell me how you met and how they interacted with you. So until next time, guys, bye.